In this video, I'm going to look at the differences between a British and an American accent. Of course, there are many British accents and there are many American accents, but I'm going to show you some of the major accent differences between them.
We will
look at the voices of
President Trump
and Prime Minister Theresa May. This will be
very interesting.
So let's start.
and now difference.
number one.
Oh, say can you see? Oh, say
Linguists give vowels names to make it easier to talk about them. The lot vowel sound describes the vowel in words like job, politics, and not. When British speakers say this vowel, their lips might be slightly rounded. But Americans use a different vowel sound and their lips will be more open.
To get the job done.
And finally, get the job done.
Job.
Job.
You do not treat politics as a game.
Set politics aside.
Politics.
Politics.
If not, they must return home.
We are not there yet, sadly.
Not.
Not.
And now difference.
Number two.
Oh, say can you see? Oh, say
The Bath vowel describes the vowel sound in words like behalf, past, and path. British speakers, especially those in the south of England, will use a more back vowel sound here, ah, but Americans will tend to use a more front vowel sound.
So on behalf of everybody here today,
To speak on behalf of the American people and to address their concerns, their hopes, and their dreams.
on behalf of,
On behalf of
and the right powers are passed to the devolved administrations.
less than 1 year has passed.
Path.
Passed.
Forge a new path for ourselves in the world.
Generously offers a path to citizenship.
Path.
Path.
And now difference.
Number three.
Oh, say can you see? Oh, say
The words water, authority, and fighting have a T in the middle. Brits will tend to pronounce a T sound here, t, but Americans will use a tap. This may sound like a short D sound, or even an R sound if you're a non-native speaker of English.
Thirsty people are getting clean water.
Live power lines and deep water.
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 That would see it still having direct legal authority in our country.
With the authority to reward good workers.
Authority
Authority
which will bring a sudden end to the fighting.
to fighting the drug epidemic.
Fighting.
Fighting.
And now difference.
Number four.
Oh, say can you see? Oh, say
The word yod describes a y sound. In the word new, Brits will tend to pronounce a y sound here, new. But Americans don't. They've dropped the yod.
With old friends and new allies alike.
That night, our new administration.
And new allies.
Our new administration.
In Britain, this word can be pronounced with a d sound, duty, but it's also commonly pronounced with a j sound, duty. This change from d to j is called yod coalescence. You can hear Theresa May use the j pronunciation.
Nothing prevents us from fulfilling our first duty as leaders. First duty as leaders.
But Donald Trump just uses a d sound here.
And teach all of us about our civic duty. Civic duty.
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 And now difference.
Number five.
Oh, say can you see? Oh, say
In the words shared, hard, and work, most Brits will not pronounce the R sound, but most Americans will.
And proud of our shared European heritage.
We have shared in the heights of victory.
Shared.
Shared
It reflects the hard work of many in this room today.
great, great people that work so hard.
Hard work.
Donald Trump grew up in New York. In traditional New York accents, the letter R is only pronounced in certain positions. But nowadays the situation is more complicated, with New Yorkers sometimes pronouncing the R and sometimes not. This is what Donald Trump does in his speech. Sometimes he pronounces the R and sometimes not. But for the purposes of this video, it's important to state that most Americans will always pronounce the letter R.
And now difference.
Number 6.
Oh, say, can you see?
I'm going to finish with an interesting aspect of Donald Trump's accent that's particular to New York rather than American accents in general. For me, the words human, huge, and humour begin with a Q sound. But in New York accents, the H is dropped and we're left with U. Listen to Theresa May pronounce the H in human.
Immigration campaigners and human rights lawyers.
And now listen to Donald Trump, who doesn't pronounce the H.
It is a testament to the yearning of every human soul to live in freedom.
Human.
These are just some of the differences between a British and an American accent.
And that's why we are
Different.